Namaskar, welcome to Uday India Digital Media. Today we are introducing a new talk show named Right Angle. Why Right Angle? In my considered view, right angle is the angle through which one could see things little differently, and what in my view is the right way of analyzing without being biased to one party or against another party. So that is our way of, or my way of looking at the political developments. You may agree, you may disagree, but that is what I consider, in my considered view, the right way of looking at things. If this is the case, then what is my way of looking at the election results that were announced yesterday? You all know that two states elections were held, and results came in a very important state of Gujarat and another important state of Himachal Pradesh. Both were ruled by the ruling BJP. So how does one see these results and what national significance it really has, particularly in the context of 2024 parliamentary elections, where Prime Minister Modi in all possibility will be looking for the renewed mandate for his third term. Well, I have three quick points and then I will explain them. My point number one is, despite all the things, it was a bad day for the BJP. Point number two is this myth of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal emerging as the real alternative to Prime Minister Modi in 2024 polls is exploded, and I think his all dreams must have been shattered. 3. Congress is in a hopeless situation today, but still yesterday's result should encourage it, give some hope that any credible alternative to Modi in 2024 polls, if there is going to be any political party or for that matter any political combination, then Congress will be a vital part of it. Now let me explain these 3 points that I made in little detailed manner. Let's talk of Gujarat. It is a stupendous victory for the BJP, no two opinion on it. And I think it has equaled the record of the communists in West Bengal by getting the 7th successive term in a state uninterrupted. But the point is, let's demystify this big hype. Well, last time BJP had got 99 seats, this time it has got 156 seats. But in concrete terms, what does it mean? Last time, even after having got 99 seats in the assembly elections, when the national elections were held 2 years or 1.5 years later, Modi got all the 26 seats to the Lok Sabha, which really matter to Modi or for that matter the BJP when one talks of the national scenario. Similarly, this time they have got 156 seats, and obviously at the most they will be getting only the same 26 seats. So it's national impact of this election, of the stupendous performance of the BJP, in my opinion, has not made any concrete or significant development as far as the party is concerned. Well, what it has done is it has consolidated BJP's hold over Gujarat. It has re-established the fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who hails from Gujarat, is the supreme leader of the country. But this status was already there. So what more you can add to this status? Having said so, if there is no real concrete gains of the BJP by its overwhelmingly successful performance in the assembly elections, see the losses the party made. And the party really made a huge loss by losing a state, in the sense that when the number of BJP ruled states in India will be taken into account, now there will be -1. Well, one can argue that, you see the magnitude of the Gujarat, victory is such that it should not, matter. Himachal Pradesh, after all, is a very tiny state. But in my considered view, politics always depends on the perceptions. And perceptions are not built on the margin of your wins or margin of your losses. Actually, perceptions are made on the number of your wins and the number of your losses, and it will be counted as loss. So even otherwise, you see the bypolls. Bypolls were held in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, and Odisha. And there, well, you can say that BJP won one assembly bypolls in Uttar Pradesh and one assembly bypoll in Bihar. But you see, the most important thing that happened yesterday was that the most talked about Mainpuri parliamentary constituency, which was represented by late Mulayam Yadav, and BJP had made it a prestige issue to recapture or capture that seat. They failed very miserably. And not only that, a assembly seat which they had won 5 or 6 months back, they lost that seat also very badly, again to the socialist and RLD combination. In Odisha, I think it was a huge defeat for the BJP. So was the case in Chhattisgarh, so was the case in Rajasthan. So if you combine all these things and the loss of an important state of Himachal Pradesh, I think overall it was a bad day for the BJP, and I say that it was a bad Thursday. Now, let's not talk of Arvind Kejriwal, the second point that I made right at the very beginning. What is Arvind Kejriwal's main game plan all these years? His only and real game plan is this, that come 2024, he will be the national alternative to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Did he succeed in doing that? He got only 5 seats in Gujarat. He did not win a single seat there in Himachal Pradesh, which is the border state of Punjab, where they had won last year. Let me tell you that the best way for a party like Aam Aadmi Party actually to do well in these small states, but invariably if you take overall last 4 or 5 years of electoral performance of the Aam Aadmi Party, they have done badly in Uttarakhand, they did very badly in Himachal, they did very badly in Goa. The only concrete result they really got was in Punjab. But then Punjab was a very unique case. There the Congress government was so disgraced, and there was no real alternative, because the real alternative in Punjab is also a state where this politics of pendulum plays an important role. That means one time it is Congress, another time it is Akalis. Like say that it was the case in Himachal too. It is always between Congress and BJP. But when one talks of this politics of pendulum, I have got a different view. In the sense that this politics of pendulum has been defied by Modi phenomenon. BJP won very convincingly in Uttar Pradesh. BJP won very convincingly in Uttarakhand. BJP won very convincingly in Assam in the last 2 years. And there they were the incumbent governments. So this Modi phenomenon had finished that idea of this pendulum politics. But Himachal Pradesh it could not do. That is why, as I explained before, it was a bad Thursday. But then when one comes to Punjab, what precisely happened when there is no credible opposition and Congress was already discredited like anything, it was literally a cakewalk for the Aam Aadmi Party because of the perception that it created. And the diaspora, as you know, the diaspora, that means the Punjabis settled abroad, they play a very important role in Punjab elections. And this time the entire diaspora, they were so charmed by Kejriwal and all its tall promises and freebie politics that they all voted. And most of this diaspora also, now it is coming to light, were controlled or guided by the Khalistanis. Now things would become clearer as we progress and as days will pass on. But the point is that it was a unique case that Aam Aadmi Party won. And these freebies, they are succeeding a great deal in a place like Delhi. Perhaps people do not realize that Delhi is the richest city-state, if at all I can use the term city-state for Delhi. Richest in the sense it gets the country's maximum taxes, whether direct or indirect. And that really enables Kejriwal to distribute these freebies. And he cannot distribute these freebies in the states like Punjab. And I think Punjab's economy is at the verge of literally collapse. So I do not know what it will be a miracle if Aam Aadmi Party repeats its performance in Punjab. So the point is, you are not being able to, even in Delhi, let's not talk of Delhi. Delhi, they may, by distributing these freebies, win local elections, which they did, or assembly elections, which they have done. But then the same history shows that after winning convincingly in Delhi, when the national elections come, the BJP gets all the 7 seats. So Aam Aadmi Party should realize that you may have plenty of perception makers. You may occupy lots of TV space. You may occupy in print media through your series of advertisements. You may have a great army in the social media. But when the elections come, you require a party apparatus. You need your activists or cadres who will bring voters to the polling booth. And Aam Aadmi Party is absolutely hopeless on this. And it will take many more years for Aam to develop and present itself as a real party. Well, you may get 12-13% of votes in Gujarat and be very happy that you have got the national party status. But the limitations are such that Kejriwal becoming an alternative to Prime Minister Modi in 2024 national polls is, to me, sounds quite ridiculous. Now that brings me to my last point that I made, that is on Congress. As I said, Congress is in a very hopeless situation. It does not have a dynamic leader. But the point is, what is the ground reality? The ground reality is that, all told, it is the largest national party. Of course, it was largest, now BJP is the number 1, but it still is the second largest national party. It has got party apparatus and cadres in nook and corner of the country. And importantly, the perception makers through your national intelligentsia, the majority or the most uh, part of our national intelligentsia, if it is taken into account as a whole, is totally dominated by the Congress sympathizers. After all, these are the people who are very well nourished by Congress in creating an ecosystem through its long rule of 70 years. So when you have got, this intelligentsia, the press, and then your sympathizers abroad, and you have got your activists and cadres at the ground, that really makes you to be a party which is, compared to other opposition parties, in a much better shape. And what has happened is that it is the party which has got now 3 states under its control. Himachal made it because they were earlier in control in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Now Himachal has come. And if one goes by what appears in the press and whatever one hears, things happening in Karnataka, I think BJP is not in a very healthy state there. And Congress will definitely, at the moment, it looks to be in a best position to add Karnataka to its kitty of the number of ruled states. But that doesn't mean that, as I'm saying, that they will be an effective position, effective alternative in the sense that they will defeat Modi. No, because the last time also when BJP lost in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, or for that matter in Karnataka, but then when the national elections were held, the Modi swept, and the same may be the case. But the point that I am trying to make is now that as far as the opposition is concerned, given the fact that Congress has got so many states under its control and it has got such larger network, it will be an indispensable part of any credible opposition threat to Prime Minister Modi in 2024. In that sense, its victory in Himachal has really popularized, or rather proved to be an enabler to this narrative that if anybody can pose a fight to Modi, then it is Congress. Thank you very much.
Uday India, Uday India.